everybody, welcome to Fun Food Friday. Now on today's Fun Food Friday, we're going to be making what we called in my family, my dad made this, hopefully I can recreate it. It's called dried beef gravy, but if you were in the service, they had another name for it, and it's SOS. I'll say it the nice way, ship on a shingle. All right, you can fill it in. All right, so I have this here. This is what my dad used. We always save these jars too, to use as glasses. Yeah. So anyway, this here is a 5-ounce jar. Now, what we're gonna do here is cut this up. Now this is very, very salty. At this point, you can rinse it, under cold water to get the salt off. But because I'm not using any salt in this dish, I'm not gonna rinse it off. Okay, so I'm just cutting it in slices like this. And I'm gonna throw it in the pan. And yeah, my dad made this. People serve it on toast, but growing up, my father made boiled potatoes. I guess it was more filling that way for us, because there wasn't a lot of money back then. And this was actually, believe it or not, a treat for me as a kid growing up. Whenever he said, we're having dried beef gravy, I would be like, oh boy, I was so happy. Yeah, I loved this growing up. I haven't had it in so long. I tried it to make it a while back, and I couldn't quite get it the way my dad made it. I mean, the essence is there, but I don't know what it was that he did that made it that extra special. Yeah. So I wish that I had watched more when he cooked, because he was the cook in the family. My mother didn't know how to cook. I mean, she could do the basics. She could make eggs and fried potatoes and canned stuff. But other than that, she couldn't cook. So when my dad passed, I had just turned 13 years old when my dad passed. And, I hope you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just slicing it up and throwing it in a pan. Yeah, I was 13, and my mom didn't know how to cook. And guess what? I had to, fend for both of us. Yeah. Okay, so I got that in the pan. Now I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of butter. I am using unsalted butter right here. I hope you can see that. So I'm going to put maybe about, right here, 3 tablespoons, I guess. A little less than half a stick in here. And very few ingredients in this, guys, very few. So let's put the butter in there. I'm going to turn this heat on and get me a little scoop here. And we're going to fry up this a little bit. Fry this meat up a little bit. Yeah, I want to make sure I had it on high. Yep, I do. All right, so we're going to let that Another thing that you want is evaporated milk right here. Any kind of evaporated milk. Let's see, this is 12 ounce, yeah, 12 ounce can of evaporated milk. I got a little bit of water and cornstarch. My dad did not use flour in this to thicken it. He used cornstarch to thicken it. So we got that. Why is this not melting? So we want to get this butter melted. I want to like cook this beef up a little bit. He might have made the roux first. I don't know. But I thought he cooked the meat. I almost am sure that, you know, he didn't throw this in. Maybe that's where I'm making my, where it's not coming out like his. Here we go. It's starting to melt. Yeah. So this was a treat for me. Now, like I said, you can rinse the salt out of it. Use unsalted butter if you're not going to, because this dried beef is very salty. I think that's how they preserve it, with the salt. All right, so we got this going. Alrighty. So I got the cornstarch. I'm going to put a couple of tablespoons of cornstarch in here. I'm just putting it right over the top. Heaping. I'm doing heaping tablespoon. All right. And then give this a good mix up. See it turning white in the pan? It's going to make a little roux with that butter. It's very fast to make, very cheap to make. You can get canned milk at the Dollar Tree. If you got flour, use flour, but I'm doing it his way. He used cornstarch. All right, so there we go. Now I'm going to add a can of evaporated milk in here. And mix it up. Now they have smaller jars of dried beef, I think, too. So if you use the smaller jar, you only need one evaporated milk. And see, it's starting to thicken up. This is thickening up. So I'm going to add the other evaporated milk. Right here. And I'm going to add a little bit of water. I'd say maybe a half a cup. Let's see, I had a cup in here. Yes, half a cup of water I put in here. Now, all you got to do is wait for it to thicken up, guys. And that's dried beef gravy or ship on a shingle. Very fast. Very economical. Just trying to get this gravy nice and thick. You want to keep stirring it because you don't want it to burn. And once it gets to the thickness that I want it, I'll show you what we're going to do with it. Like I said, my dad made boiled potatoes. And he boiled the potatoes with an onion. So there was an onion flavor in there. But I know he used the potatoes because it was more filling. More substantial. All right, I'm going to turn this heat down a little because we're getting there, guys. Whoops, I'm spilling it. My bad. We had it very plain. My mom didn't like anything spicy. She didn't like any seasonings. Salt, pepper, cinnamon. I think that was about it in our house. And vanilla. As far as spices. Now, let me just let this thicken up a little bit. Smells good. Alrighty. Now I'm going to shut it off. And at this point, you can put your pepper on it, you know. But like I said, my dad left that to us to put what we wanted on it. I just used salt as a child. Yeah, salt. I did. I had to have it on the potatoes. Because it wasn't, you know, the meat's salty, but guys, I loved my salt. Yeah. All right. So I think we're there. Right here. Take it off the heat. And there's your dried beef gravy, or ship on a shingle. The more you let it set, the more it'll thicken up. And this is how they used to serve it back in the day. You get a piece of toast, or a couple pieces of toast. And this is where it got its name, I guess. This is your shingle, right? And here's your ship. That I'm going to say ship. There you go. There you go, guys. Doesn't that look yummy? Super hot. Super hot. Ah, get off. There you go. All right. Let me bring you up a little bit. All right. So anyway, there you go. This sauce looks a little bit darker than my dad's. His was a little bit lighter. So maybe you could go maybe a little more than a half a cup of water. Maybe if you're going to use 2 cans of evaporated milk, I would use 1 can of water. Maybe. Yeah. 1 can of water. Because I know he didn't measure it by cups. He used the cans. So there you go, guys. So good. It smells really, really good. All right, guys, let me know if you're going to make this in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, little tribute to my dad. Yeah. All right, guys, have a great day. Have a safe day. And until next time, bye now.